together to listen and encourage each other. So the bottom line is we all need a network of friends and support. Not surprisingly at all, the #1 stress reliever, according to a survey reported in the Behavioral and Social Sciences Librarian by Monica Allendorf, was talking to someone. Talking to someone. Obtain adequate sleep. Most adults do need a minimum, I believe, of 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep per night. So if you're sleep deprived over a period of time, you're far more susceptible to becoming stressed. Practice deep breathing as opposed to shallow breathing. I think most of us have encountered the library patron who has failed to save his Word document. Suddenly the computer freezes up or the network crashes and he comes rushing up to us, ranting or crying. Our natural reaction is to tense up. Misha Mueller, in her article, Keep Breathing, Coping with Technology, recommends, as calmly as possible, say something like, okay, give me a minute to think about the best way to do this. Catch your breath and take a minute. Give your heart a minute to stabilize before you try to help the patron. Then she says that the rule of thumb is this, and I really like this. She says, unless you see smoke or blood, you can take 30 seconds to evaluate any situation before reacting. I like that. Stop stressful speaking. Deborah Peggs, in her book, describes how that often we program ourselves for stress by the words or phrases we use to describe simple activities that do not necessarily need to be done quickly. And here are a couple of examples. A stress-oriented phrase would be something like this. Let's grab a bite to eat. Well, why not just say, let's have lunch together? Or another stress-oriented phrase would be, I'm going to zip through this part of the report. Why not say, I'm going to cover this section briefly? All of these stress-oriented phrases, I think, imply a sense of urgency that sends a message to our body to get the adrenaline pumping. So we need to catch ourselves and reprogram our vocabulary. Get plenty of physical exercise. I think the research is really pretty clear about this one, that physical exercise is a definite stress reducer. Everyone is different, but I have my own plan here. I work out 45 minutes 4 times a week, either in our fitness center here on campus or bicycling near where I live. Eat a balanced, nutritious diet. Now we have to be careful with this one because maybe you've heard of the fella who read an article in a magazine where the author was basically saying that good diet and nutrition is really very simple. Just eat a lot of reds and greens and yellows every day in your diet. Well, guess what he had for breakfast the next morning? He had a whole bowl full of M&Ms. He said, I didn't realize it could be so simple. By the way, speaking of diet and nutrition, you all know what a balanced diet, the PBA people know all of my jokes, so don't answer. But do the rest of you know what a balanced diet is? Well, a balanced diet is a cookie in each hand. My kind of diet. But did you realize the word stressed, spelled backwards, spells, guess what? Desserts. There does seem to be a correlation between the two. Then last but not least, maybe this should have been the very first item, maintain a sense of humor. Even the Bible tells us that a merry heart does do good like a medicine. Sure, you all have heard the statement that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But have you heard that a laugh a day keeps the psychiatrist away? And let me share this one. The young married couple, they were had recently been married. They sat down for dinner one evening, and the young husband asked his wife, says, "Why can't you make bread like my mom?" To which the young wife said to her husband, "Why can't you make dough like my dad?" I don't know if you all have seen this book. One of my favorite, the PBA people have seen this. Have you all, the rest of you seen Everything Men Know About Women? Rather small, isn't it? Everything Men Know About Women. Not much there, is there? This is the complete revised politically correct edition. It says on the back that the author wipes the slate clean of a lot of undue prejudice. Well, having said that, I think I've talked enough. Now, what questions do you have that I can't answer? Or what techniques have worked well for you? Maybe you have some stress busters that I haven't even talked about. Now, Laura mentioned a dog that she has, and Brian a cat, right? Yeah, 2 cats. There you go. So, what techniques have you all found? What works for you?
I've got one on number 10 about talking to family and friends. At my school, I'm at the Breakfast School of the Arts, and the biology teacher at our school is trying to make us all green, and she's been trying to get everybody to carpool because we all come from so many parts across the county. And so I joined her carpool because she lives near me. And for the last 2 years, I've been carpooling with 2 other teachers at our school. And besides the fact that we're saving money on gas and not polluting the environment, I have to say, just the ride to and from school every day is just so amazing. The way we just sort of get all our frustrations out in the car, and then when we go home, it's over.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. I like that. What else works for you?
I know that counting helps me when I drive. Someone cuts me off, I count.
Okay.
I know it's kind of like, doesn't sound very sophisticated, but before I say something, I am redheaded, so.
I understand. I feel the same way when I go home and look at Shelby every
Planning.
Planning. Excellent.
If you plan ahead of time, then you don't have to go, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. If you plan.
Do you find, though, with planning that often you have to prioritize even your plans sometimes? If you have a long list of plans, you have to sometimes prioritize. Time management.
My list is only the urgent, especially at home. Packing lunches, getting the backpack ready for my son.
Time management is very closely, I think, related to stress management. Actually, I'm working on another presentation on time management and librarians that I'm giving this June in St. Paul, Minnesota Library Conference. So I think that's an important topic, time management and librarians. Yes?
I just actually recently, in the past 2 months, have kind of reorganized my email strategy. Instead of having everything in my inbox, as soon as I get into my inbox, I put it into 3 folders. It's to-do, waiting for, and then reference. And my inbox is always clear. Like at the beginning of every day, I just go through and I kind of clear it. And it's done wonders because I don't feel like I'm missing anything anymore. If you have this inbox that is just full, you always feel like you're missing something or you didn't get something, but the things that I need to do are in my to-do folder, and the things that I'm waiting for are in my waiting folder, and things I can get to later are in my reference folder. So I don't feel that stress anymore of getting up in the morning and opening up my inbox that has 200 or 300 read and unread messages and not knowing where should I